This is the story of Diablo 4, Act 3-3, the crazy creation of the Cannibals. Once we contend with Elias's newest lackey, Genbar-summoned demon, we head to the Orbe Monastery on the trail of the Pale Man, only to learn he had stolen valuable information that would aid him in summoning none other than a lesser evil. We then return to Khedbar-dû, where Lorith plans to conduct an autopsy on said demon for clues of Elias's whereabouts, and we inform.
What did he take?
Scrolls from the Forbidden Archive. He has the means to summon a lesser evil.
He what? Which bloody one? Where? Oh, we don't know, of course. Elias could cover the steppes in blood, but a lesser could wipe out the continent, or worse. Come, Elias's pet demon is inside. Pray it leads us to him.
Before aiding and hacking up a demon's remains, we inquire, what are lesser evils?
Perhaps you are too young. The prime evils you should know. Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. The lessers are their rotten kin. Asmodan, Belial, Andariel, and Juriel. Each of them has ravaged humankind since the dawn of history, and they will gladly do so again.
Tell me, what happened between you and Elias to send him on this path?
He asked me endless prying questions. Frankly, I should be more concerned about your past. Trusting one so connected to Lilith is quite a risk on my part, and one I do not take lightly.
With valuable time wasting, we then proceed. All right, let's begin.
It was protecting that fool, Genbar.
This is Elias's work. But where is he? The answer lies in the stomach. This is delicate. A soft noble's hand. Elias would have to feed this thing with more than fancy boots.
That's someone's son.
Or daughter.
We should burn demons.
This is wrong.
This medallion bears the crest of the ruler of the royal house of Gulran.
Former ruler.
Obviously.
That's enough, old man. The dead deserve respect.
The dead deserve nothing when the living are in danger. Now Gulran has a new ruler, and we have Elias to thank for it.
The dead may be worthless to you, but that medallion could bring peace to those still mourning.
Fine. If we are to find Elias, then we must also travel to Gulran. Meet me there, and be swift about it. Oh, and avoid the city gates. Too many cannibals. Go to the cliffs. We'll find help there.
Before we meet Elias at the sacked city of Gulran and contend with cannibals, we decided best to learn of Gulran's fate by speaking to the displaced refugees that found their way in the city of barbarians in Khedbar-dû. To the northeast, we find a bustling market where a visitor, Rangol, wishes.
Father always wanted to see the markets of Khedbar-dû. I wish he had made it.
Just to the north of the vibrant hub, we see a stranded merchant's cart. It seems merchants from all around travel to sell in the markets of Khedbar-dû. The reputation of the barbarians' metalworks brings visitors looking to buy. Just ahead, we overhear a mercenary arguing with a trader.
Passes to the southwest are still blocked by bandits.
How are we supposed to transport goods if we have to go around the damn pass? I paid for your swords, so use them.
Not enough to get myself killed and eaten in those hills.
Speaking of Eden, it's not the cannibals that we worry about, as we see a pile of meat in a nearby butcher. It's clear the butcher's stockpile runs low these days. The increase of people has made it difficult to keep up with demand. The fear of cannibals outside the city remains high as Asha inside the jewelers complains.
The barbarians chose to ignore another crisis, I see.
They're working. Their craftsmanship built Kedbadu.
Well, next time they look up from their work, I hope they don't see a town that has been overrun with cannibals.
To the west, we find the infamous metalworks, and in the middle, a large bonfire. And we overhear the barbarians were the first to settle Kedbadu, and the city has grown around them, but their encampment remains largely unchanged. Asmus, a local getting warm, then complains.
Every day I hear of a new threat in our lands.
What of it? Our gates and people are strong.
Arrogance is what topples cities.
A nearby artisan showcases barbarian hospitality.
Away! I have work.
Up the stairs, a guard Dorji explains.
The cannibal attacks have people frightened, and fear is good for business.
In the local inn, Barine complains of the refugees.
All the crying and worry of Gulran survivors is scaring off buyers.
Let's have some compassion.
I would rather have coin.
We then ask of the innkeeper, Urgum. Have the mercenaries been helping keep the city's infamous wares safe?
The mercenaries are decent with a blade, but those greedy canyon adders are always raising their prices. Nobody should have to pay for safety.
Why is it so busy here?
Aye, since bandits block the pass in the south, babbling merchants have been haunting my inn.
Have you heard any local news in Kedbadu?
Oi, make your stay in Kedbadu a short one. New faces tend to bring new problems.
Atop the conjoined building with the inn, Lagra, a local empathizes.
It's hard to walk down the streets when they've been flooded with the grief and sorrows of Gulran.
The situation is so dire, the local authorities have pinned on a message board in the center of town. The survivors of Gulran have settled in makeshift camps on the west side of town. Kedbadu doesn't have the resources to build quick enough to house its growing population. To the north of town, a Gulran survivor then shares.
The locals even avert their gazes, but at least we're safe here.
And to the west, we find the blood-soaked and tattered clothes of refugees. Those that fled their homes in Gulran had little time to gather anything. We then see a nearby elder who stands over this sad scene and simply sobs. Just to the north of the haphazard base camp, a young boy, Jamstus, complains of their new living conditions.
When can we go home? Kedbadu smells like smoke. The food is too salty, and yak fur is itchy.
Shush. This is home now.
It's clear between the bandits and cannibals blocking the south and the displaced former inhabitants of Gulran City, integrated into an overpopulated Kedbadu, that things are looking bleak for the local barbarians' trade and the refugees alike. Resolved to put an end to Elias and the rumored usurpers who have taken over Gulran, we begin our journey to meet Lorith at its cliffs to the south. It's only to the southeast over a rickety bridge to the blood-soaked Ingress do we run afoul of the cannibal cleavers mid-meal. Somewhat foolishly, we attempt to ride through their encampment and find ourselves at a broken bridge as a hot meal on legs tries to flee screaming.
Help! Please!
Mauling the many maniacs during one of their meat-munching meetings, we mash their maws and step forward to the edge of the bridge to witness the unspeakable horror of what remains the city of Gulran. Realizing a full frontal assault is suicide, we opt to follow the more covert path Lorith insisted we originally pursue. Thus, we find a winding cliff path along the Trail of Bones to the east until we come across a hidden overlook. Inside the winding cave, we find an opening overlooking the ruins of the city below, with Na gazing out into the carnage, and we inform, "I'm here, Lorith."
Good of you to come. Pity you didn't bring an army or siege works.
Elias is here?
Gone to the palace, no doubt. Behind the high wall with the gates barred behind him. We can't get through.
You know who can.
Zelaya.
Sure. How many messages did I send? Huh? How long has Oyun been missing? Trapped in there with those butchers? She may be the only one left who knows of the tunnel.
If she's still alive. If this tunnel exists at all.
You don't trust me?
Of course not. You're a thief. Useful years ago, true. But it's clear you have some other reason to seek this Oyun.
Not your business.
If I were to look for Oyun, where would I start?
She has a house in the market square. We were supposed to meet there before, but I couldn't get close.
Tried to come back alive. Not convinced this Oyun is worth the risk, but perhaps you'll prove me wrong.
Yeah. Have a little faith for once, old man.
Watching the duo bicker, we follow them to their encampment and ask, "How do you two know each other?"
Had the pleasure of meeting her years ago. She tried to steal my Heradric amulet.
Thought it might be worth something. My mistake.
We then query Zelaya. What was that about the tunnel?
Oyun mentioned the passage once or twice, but never went into detail. And I knew better than to pry.
And who is this Oyun?
An old friend. She served the overseers in the palace kitchens. Knows all the secrets in that place.
With the ticket to entering the palace tunnels being held by the prisoner Oyun, we wait until nightfall. Shrouded by darkness, we descend the cliff's face into the city's seedy, sanguine alley, aptly named as the streets run red and crimson bloodhawks swoop to meet us. Searching for the market square to gain our bearings, we see a pond filled with blood and remains of the former inhabitants as a cannibal absent-mindedly gorges on his latest prey. Scaling the rooftops for a vantage point, we traverse a rope line across the city streets and come across a woman fleeing from an attack.
No, don't let them get me! Thank you. Thank you.
Have you seen someone named Oyun?
I don't know. The cannibals are rounding everyone up, killing, feasting. But a few, they drag away. The prisons, I heard. Why would these monsters keep anyone alive?
The prisons. Maybe there is a chance Oyun lives.
Heading northeast, we find the path to the prison blocked and choose one of two lesser paths, being scaling the western wall of the Forsaken Vestibule and circumventing the gate altogether. Once inside the prison, we see a mural to the aforementioned overseers presiding over their prized slaves like cattle. To the east, the entrance to the forlorn cells and execute some nearby cannibals feasting on corpses of their guests. Entering the furthest room to the east, we're pounced upon by Akil, the jailer of the weak, who unsurprisingly has mastery in walling his prey in combat. Collecting the prison key off his corpse, we open the nearby rusty door, calling out,
Oyun, are you here?
Who's there?
By the far wall, Oyun sits among her dead kin and shares.
You're not him. Who are you? The chopping. It stopped and I thought he was coming for me next.
Your friend Zelaya sent me.
She's still here?
You'll see her soon. We need to get through the market.
I know another way. It's safer. The old prison wing. It was sealed off years ago after an earthquake.
Where did the cannibals come from?
Here. They were prisoners. A clan of bandits. Led by Tyrant Bro. I overheard them talking about a new age to come and the man who would bring it. Elias. I think he turned them into these monsters. Set them free.
It was Elias who stoked the cannibals' insatiable hunger.
The wall ahead. That used to be the entrance to the old prison wing. Can you break through?
Breaking through the flimsy wall, shambling corpses then amble towards us en masse with ill intent.
I thought it would be safe this way.
We'll get through. Stay close.
Wading our way through scores of undead, Oyun finds a way out of the wretched pit.
Look! A crack in the wall. Oh, we made it. I can't stop my hands from shaking. Give me a moment.
With a moment of welcome respite in the exit chamber, we ask, why didn't you escape?
I was waiting for Zelaya at my home. When I realized she wasn't coming, I tried to run. But those monsters caught me.
Who were the overseers?
Royal blood. Ruled Guran for generations. Decadent and cruel. But they were saints compared to Bro.
What do you know about Elias?
I saw him at the royal court. He walked in unannounced. Demanded the city to be given to him. The overseers sent him to the prisons, of course. They laughed about the strange man all night. That was the last time they laughed.
And now the overseers laugh no more. With time against us, we inquire, are you ready?
Yes. Where is she?
As we guide Oyun up the side of the mountain, we hear Lorath's voice carried on the wind.
Keep that beast quiet.
Shh! It's safe now. Nothing will get you up here.
Zelaya!
Oyun! Oh, you've come back to me!
You waited. Kept yourself in danger.
Oh, you stubborn cow. Of course I waited. Where would I go without you to tell me?
Anywhere away from here.
Yes, well, you were a lucky fool, I'll give you that.
Lorath here sent this one to find you. They need your help getting into the palace.
There's an old escape tunnel. The entrance is in the caverns nearby. Behind an alcove marked with the Overseer's cross. Twin sabers joined at the hilt. Press the left pommel to open the way.
taverns. Could be worse.
Wanderer, thank you. Take care of yourself.
Let's go. Hiya!
I think that was the merchant's horse. Best not tell him.
With our path clear, Loreth strangely stands firm instead of heading towards the tunnel, and we query, Loreth?
You know, when we first met, I assumed this connection you have with Lilith would lead you to darkness, as it has Elias. But after the good you've done here, maybe I was wrong. We shall see.